Hello, my name is Micheline Petit, and today I'll explain the differences between the various Cricut machines and their evolution in time. I still have the very first Cricut, the personal electronic cutter machine. This machine is not connected to a computer and works with cartridges. Each cartridge comes with a silicone keyboard that is positioned above the Cricut's keyboard and contains lettering or images by theme. The cartridge is inserted in the port of the machine so it can read the images included. Combinations of functions allow hundreds of different cuts just from a single cartridge. There are still currently on the market more than 300 different cartridges available. The original cutting mat measures 6 by 12 inches. The images or letters can be cut in sizes between 1 to 5 inches, and there are very few options for the choice of material, paper or cardstock. The original Cricut was released in 2006. 12 years later, I still get it to cut beautiful paper projects. But the machines have evolved a lot since. Let me introduce the Cricut Expression. This wider machine uses 12 by 12 or 12 by 24 inches cutting mats. It cuts images from 1/4 inch up to 23.5 inches. It also cuts a variety of materials like vinyl, chipboard, and vellum. It is not connected to a computer and uses cartridges and removable keyboards like the original Cricut. But the new LCD screen allows to view the project before cutting it. After the Expression came the Expression 2. This machine doesn't have the flexible keyboard that the previous Cricut machines have. Instead, it has a new LCD color touchscreen that shows the keyboard on the screen and allows to visualize where the images are placed on the cutting mat. There are functions to change the size and rotation of the images directly on the screen, as well as the type of material or cutting speed. The Expression 2 can be used alone, or for even more options, it can be plugged into a computer when we use the free online software. The Cricut Mini actually came out between the Expression and the Explorer. It's a smaller version. The mat measures 8.5 by 11 inches. Unlike previous models of the Cricut, it doesn't work alone anymore and must be connected to a computer using the Cricut Craftroom program. The machine, like all others, still has a port to accommodate the Cricut cartridges, making it easy to access images of existing cartridges in the computer program. Now let's have a look at the Cricut Explorer range. There has been many versions of the Cricut Explorer in recent years. The first, out in 2014, the Explorer, then the Explorer 1, followed by the Explorer Air, and Explorer Air 2 that we currently sell at Michael's. As the Explorer Air 1, Air 2 has a built-in Bluetooth, which means you can use a tablet or smartphone or cut wirelessly from the computer. In fact, all the machines in the Explorer series work with a PC or Mac computer and iOS mobile devices like an iPhone or an iPad. You can now buy images directly from the Cricut Design Space Gallery. Explorer machines also allow to upload your own images for free in the program. All versions of Explorer machines, whether or not they are Bluetooth, allow the use of the old Cricut cartridges thanks to a built-in compatible port. The Explorer, Explorer Air, and the Air 2 each have double tool holders so that you can cut and write in a single step. It is also possible to use the scoring stylus to create creases and fold lines to make cards, envelopes, and boxes. Explorer 1 has only one tool holder, so it takes 2 steps to cut and write or cut and score. The Explorer machines all have a smart set dial to easily select the chosen material. The Explorer machines cut more types of materials than ever. They are perfect for card makers and scrapbookers and anyone who loves to make paper art and paper decor pieces. But why limit yourself to thin paper, cardstock, glitter cardstock, or chipboard when you can cut into vinyl? With an Explorer Cricut machine, you can make projects on specialty materials like felt and polished foils or bonded fabric. Heat transfer on clothing is also very trendy. Now you can have fun exploring all kinds of materials on all sorts of textures. But what's all the buzz created around the last release of the Cricut family, the Maker? The Maker does everything Explorer machines do and much more. One could say that it is a cutting machine for professionals. It has 10 times the cutting strength of the Explorer Air 2. That is powerful. With its adaptive tool system, this machine gives you the freedom to create virtually any project in more than 100 different materials. The Maker has the ability to lift and turn the blade during the cutting process, depending on the type of material used and the type of blade. This allows to control the pressure and the exact speed to cut perfectly even the most difficult to cut materials. For example, the Maker doesn't have a problem with non-bonded fabrics, or wool or leather, while the Explorer would have a hard time to cut them because the blade of the Explorer is dragging on the material while the mat is moving into the machine. The blade of the Maker moves by itself, on its own gear system instead. There are 2 new blades to work with the Maker. Use the Rotary Blade to cut non-bonded fabric, felt or leather. There's also a washable pen for fabrics to use with patterns from the Simplicity Project library in the design space. It writes on the fabric, and you just have to assemble and sew along the lines. The Cricut Maker is really the perfect machine for seamstresses and quilters. The second new blade for the Cricut Maker is the Extra Deep Knife Blade, a type of X-Acto blade that cuts through dense materials like mat board, heavy leather, and balsa wood up to 2.4 millimeters thick. Wow! You should know that Cricut plans to expand its range of tools for the Maker's adaptive tool system. So if you own the Maker, your machine will soon take you to other levels. For your information, the Maker is the first Cricut machine that does not work with the old Cricut cartridges. Well, that's it for the evolution of the Cricut cutting machines since their startup. I hope this video helped you better understand the characteristics of the different versions of the Cricut. Thanks for watching, and see you soon in another training video.